Did you know that the skills you use every day at your job could be worth 5 to 10 times your current salary? I'm not exaggerating. According to market research, professionals with specialized knowledge are leaving $50,000 to $100,000 on the table each year by not monetizing their expertise outside traditional employment. In this video, I'm revealing the exact framework I use to identify my most valuable skills and turn them into a $12,000 monthly side income, all while keeping my regular job as a safety net. And the crazy part? I started with skills I didn't even realize were valuable. The million-dollar skills hiding in plain sight. Did you know that you're walking around with skills worth a small fortune while your paycheck only reflects a fraction of their true value? It's true. Most professionals are sitting on a gold mine of abilities they use every single day without realizing how valuable these skills actually are in the marketplace. I call this phenomenon skill blindness, and it affects nearly everyone. Think about it. When was the last time you really took inventory of all the things you know how to do? We tend to dismiss our most valuable skills simply because they come naturally to us. Oh, anyone can do that, we tell ourselves. But here's the truth. They can't, and that's precisely why your skills could be worth 6 figures or more when properly leveraged. Let me share something shocking. According to recent market research, the average corporate employee earns only 30 to 40% of what the same skills command in the freelance or consulting marketplace. That's not a small gap, it's a canyon. For example, a marketing manager making $85,000 annually inside a company is often using skills that freelance specialists charge $125 to $175 per hour for. Do the math, and that's potentially $250,000 to $350,000 per year for the exact same work. Why does this massive disparity exist? It's not accidental. Many employers deliberately downplay the market value of specialized skills as part of their business model. It's nothing personal, it's just business. Companies need to maintain their profit margins, and one way they do this is by packaging your skills into their service offerings while paying you a fraction of what those skills generate. Take project management, for instance. A skilled project manager inside a company might earn $95,000 annually. But that same company bills clients $200 to $250 per hour for project management services. Your employer isn't the villain here. They're providing infrastructure, finding clients, and taking on business risk. But understanding this value gap is crucial if you want to take control of your financial future. So how do you identify which of your skills have the highest monetization potential? This is where the value matrix comes in, a framework I've developed to help professionals see the true market value of their abilities. The value matrix assesses your skills across 2 critical dimensions: market demand and skill uniqueness. Skills that rank high on both dimensions represent your highest monetization opportunities. Let's break down the 3 categories of valuable skills that nearly everyone possesses in some combination. First, there are technical skills. These are the specific things you do. They might include data analysis, graphic design, coding, writing, or video editing. Technical skills are the most obvious and visible part of your expertise. They're what you likely list on your resume and what you were hired to perform. But they're actually just one piece of the puzzle. Second, we have process skills. These represent how you do things. Process skills include project management, communication, problem solving, negotiation, and strategic thinking. These are often the skills that make you especially effective at your technical skills, but they frequently go unrecognized and undervalued. Yet ironically, these process skills often command higher rates in the marketplace than technical skills because they're harder to systematize and outsource. Third, there's your industry knowledge. This covers who you do things for. Your understanding of a specific industry, its challenges, terminology, and inner workings represents incredibly valuable context. For example, knowing how healthcare compliance works, understanding the publishing industry's distribution channels, or being familiar with manufacturing supply chains can be worth a premium to clients in those spaces. Here's where the magic happens. While each of these skill categories has value independently, the intersection of all 3 creates what I call your unique expertise package. This combination is what makes you truly irreplaceable, and what clients will pay top dollar for. Let me give you an example. Say you have technical skills in social media management. That's valuable, but also fairly common. Now add process skills in analytics and performance optimization. Better, but still not extraordinary. Finally, add deep industry knowledge of the fitness supplement industry, including regulations, customer psychology, and competitive landscape. Suddenly, you're not just another social media manager. You're a specialized fitness supplement industry, social media optimization expert. That specialized package can command fees 3 to 5 times higher than generic social media services. What's fascinating is that the most profitable skills aren't always the most technical or the ones requiring the most education. In fact, some of the highest paid freelancers and consultants aren't doing anything particularly complex. They've simply positioned their skills at the intersection of high demand and low supply. For instance, being able to explain complex technical concepts in simple language that non-technical decision makers can understand is an incredibly lucrative skill. So is the ability to create systems that save businesses time or money. Neither requires an advanced degree, yet both can command premium rates. Here's another surprising truth. Some of the most mundane-seeming skills can be extraordinarily valuable when applied to the right industry or problem. I know a former executive assistant who now makes over $200,000 annually helping busy entrepreneurs manage their calendars, emails, and decision-making processes. Same skills she always had, just positioned differently and offered directly to clients who desperately need that particular expertise. The question you need to ask yourself is, what hidden skills am I sitting on that could be worth 6 figures if properly packaged and positioned? Take a moment to think about it. What do people frequently come to you for help with? What problems do you solve effortlessly that others struggle with? What knowledge do you have that took years to accumulate, but now seems obvious to you? For most professionals, the answer is surprising. It's rarely your official job title or the skills you were explicitly hired for. Instead, it's often the auxiliary skills you've developed along the way, the processes you've created, the industry insights you've gathered, or the unique combinations of abilities you've cultivated. I worked with a corporate accountant who discovered her most valuable skill wasn't accounting at all. It was her knack for creating simple spreadsheet systems that non-financial team members could actually understand and use. She now sells spreadsheet templates and systems to small businesses for $2,000 to $5,000 each, generating more income in her spare time than her full-time salary. Another client, a former marketing coordinator, realized her true value wasn't in creating marketing materials, but in her ability to organize chaotic marketing projects and get multiple stakeholders aligned. She now commands $10,000 per month retainers as a fractional CMO for startups, doing essentially what she'd been doing as an employee, but for 5 times the compensation. The skills you take for granted could be your ticket to financial independence. The abilities you've spent years honing, often without realizing it, might be worth far more than you've ever been paid for them. And the knowledge you've accumulated, that's constantly circulating in your brain as you make daily decisions, could be exactly what someone is willing to pay premium rates to access. The great undervaluation trap. That knowledge circulating in your brain isn't just valuable. It's being systematically devalued every single day. What if I told you that the average skilled professional is charging pennies for expertise worth dollars? This shocking gap isn't random chance. It's the result of powerful psychological forces actively working against you recognizing your true worth. Ever wonder why you hesitate to charge what you're really worth? There's a sneaky culprit at play called familiarity bias. When something comes naturally to you, your brain plays a cruel trick. It assumes that skill must be easy for everyone else too. This psychological blind spot leads to a devastating effect. You drastically undervalue the very skills that could be making you wealthy. Think about it. That spreadsheet formula you whipped up in minutes might have saved your company thousands of dollars in wasted time. The presentation you pulled together overnight might have landed your boss $1 million client. But because these tasks feel routine to you, you've been programmed to think they're not special, when in reality, they're gold mines of potential income. But familiarity bias isn't the only thing keeping you trapped in under-earning. There's an even more insidious force at work: corporate conditioning. Large organizations systematically train employees to minimize their contributions and stay within artificial boundaries. This subtle programming begins the moment you receive your first employee handbook and deepens with every performance review where you're told to stay in your lane. Let me break this down with an eye-opening example. When companies need specialized content creation, They don't hesitate to pay freelance writers $150 plus per hour for work that their marketing employees produce daily as part of their standard responsibilities. The same content, the same quality, yet one person receives a fixed salary while the other commands premium rates. The difference: one has broken free from corporate conditioning while the other remains trapped in it. This conditioning is reinforced through carefully designed salary structures that have nothing to do with your actual market value. Traditional compensation models create artificial ceilings that bear little resemblance to what your skills are truly worth in the open market. These structures aren't designed to reflect your value. They're designed to maximize company profitability while keeping labor costs predictable. I've seen this play out across countless industries. Consider what happens in the technology sector. A software developer with specialized knowledge in a particular programming language might earn $120,000 at a corporation. Yet that exact same skill set, when offered as a consulting service, commands $200 to $300 per hour, potentially doubling or even tripling that annual income. Or look at what happens in financial services. A financial analyst creating valuation models might earn $95,000 annually, while outside consultants charge $175 plus per hour for identical work. The corporations aren't necessarily being malicious. They're simply operating according to established business models that separate your compensation from the true market value of your output. What makes this situation even more striking is the specialization premium. When you position yourself as a specialist rather than a generalist, your perceived value skyrockets. Corporations tend to value versatility. They want employees who can wear multiple hats. But in the freelance market, specialization is where the real money lives. Think about it this way. Would you pay more for a general physician or a brain surgeon? They're both doctors, but one has specialized in a specific area. The same principle applies to your professional skills. The more specialized you become, the more valuable you become, but only if you break free from the corporate conditioning that taught you to be a jack of all trades. This specialization effect creates an incredible opportunity for those who recognize it. By focusing on a narrower slice of your expertise and becoming known for that specific skill, you can immediately command higher rates without necessarily working harder or acquiring new abilities. It's often not about learning new skills. It's about repackaging what you already know in a way that highlights your specialized expertise. All of these factors, familiarity bias, corporate conditioning, artificial salary structures, and the specialization premium, combine to create a shocking reality. Most professionals are undervaluing their expertise by a staggering 50 to 80%. That's not a typo. The skills you use every day could be worth 2 to 5 times what you're currently being paid for them. This massive undervaluation isn't happening by accident. It's the result of systematic conditioning that begins in school, continues through corporate training programs, and is reinforced by conventional career advice. The entire system is designed to prevent you from recognizing and monetizing your true value. Breaking free from this trap requires a fundamental shift in how you perceive your own abilities. It means learning to see your skills through the eyes of the market rather than through the lens of corporate conditioning. It means recognizing that what feels easy or routine to you might be incredibly valuable to someone who lacks your specific expertise. The first step in this process is simple awareness, understanding that the psychological biases and conditioning you've been subjected to have created a distorted view of your worth. Once you recognize these forces at work, you can begin to counteract them by deliberately reassessing the market value of your skills. This reassessment often reveals surprising insights. Skills you've taken for granted might turn out to be your most valuable assets. Abilities you've dismissed as basic or just part of the job might be precisely what others are willing to pay premium rates to access. The corporate environment often rewards technical skills while undervaluing soft skills like communication or problem solving. Yet in the open market, these soft skills frequently command the highest prices. Your ability to clearly articulate complex concepts might be worth far more than your technical certifications. Your talent for streamlining processes might be more valuable than your industry knowledge. Your skill at building relationships might outvalue your academic credentials. But you'll only discover this by stepping outside the corporate valuation framework and looking at your abilities through fresh eyes. The perception of expertise dramatically affects pricing power. When you can confidently communicate your unique value proposition and demonstrate your specialized knowledge, you position yourself to command rates that accurately reflect your worth. This isn't about arrogance or overcharging. It's about aligning your compensation with the actual value you provide. Perhaps the most powerful aspect of this realization is how accessible it makes financial freedom. You don't need to acquire rare or complicated new skills to dramatically increase your income. You don't need to go back to school or spend years climbing the corporate ladder. The path to greater wealth might simply involve repackaging and repositioning the expertise you already possess. Regular people, extraordinary income, success stories. What if the secret to financial freedom wasn't about finding some revolutionary new skill, but simply repositioning the abilities you already use every day? Let me introduce you to Sarah, a former HR manager who transformed her career path without learning a single new skill. Today, she pockets $23,000 monthly using the exact same expertise she once traded for a modest corporate salary. Sarah's story isn't unique. It's part of a pattern that reveals how ordinary professionals are creating extraordinary income by simply changing how they package and position their existing knowledge. Sarah's journey began like many others, with a nagging feeling that her skills were worth more than her paycheck suggested. After years of handling complex employee relations issues, creating training programs, and managing recruitment processes, she realized these weren't just job duties. They were valuable skills that small businesses desperately needed, but couldn't afford a full-time HR person to handle. The turning point came when I realized I wasn't just an HR manager. I was a problem solver who specialized in people management, Sarah explains. Instead of processing paperwork for one company, I could help multiple businesses create systems that prevented their most expensive problems. Sarah started small, offering HR consulting services to local businesses while still employed. Within just 16 days of launching her side hustle, she secured her first client. 3 months later, she had replaced her salary. By month 6, she was earning double. Now, 2 years into her journey, Sarah's monthly income exceeds $23,000, nearly 4 times her former salary. But Sarah isn't alone in this transformation. Meet Marcus, a former IT support specialist who was tired of fixing the same problems repeatedly for a single company. Marcus recognized that small businesses frequently struggled with the same technical issues, but couldn't afford dedicated IT departments. I was making $65,000 annually at my corporate job, solving the same problems over and over, Marcus shares. Now I create customized tech solutions for multiple small businesses simultaneously, earning over $15,000 monthly while working fewer hours. Marcus's breakthrough came when he stopped selling IT support and instead packaged his knowledge as tech systems that never break down. Rather than charging by the hour for fixing problems, he built subscription plans where businesses paid for prevention and peace of mind. His first client signed on within 3 weeks of launching, and within 7 months, he had fully replaced his corporate income. Then there's Jasmine, a former social media coordinator who worked for a marketing agency. While her salary was $52,000, she realized the agency was charging clients $3,500 to $5,000 monthly for services she was largely providing. Instead of continuing to make a fraction of what her skills generated, she began developing social media strategies for small businesses directly. I started with just one client who paid me $1,500 monthly, about 3 times what I effectively earned for the same work at the agency, Jasmine recalls. Within 4 months, I had 5 clients and was earning over $7,500 monthly working part-time. By month 9, I had scaled to $12,000 monthly and quit my job. Looking at these success stories, clear patterns emerge. First, they all began by identifying transferable skills they'd been using daily, but undervaluing. Second, they started small, taking on just 1 or 2 clients while maintaining their day jobs, reducing the risk and pressure during the transition. Perhaps most importantly, they completely reimagined how to package their knowledge. While corporations slotted them into narrowly defined roles, these professionals bundled their skills into solutions that directly addressed market needs. Sarah didn't sell HR services. She offered employee retention systems. Marcus didn't provide IT support. He delivered technology that never fails you. Jasmine didn't market social media management. She provided customer acquisition through social channels. This reframing represents a fundamental shift in how they position their value. Rather than selling time or tasks, they sold outcomes and results. This approach commanded premium rates because clients focused on the value received rather than the hours worked. The timeline of progression follows a similar pattern across these cases. The first client typically came within 2 to 3 weeks of starting. By months 3 to 4, they had often matched their previous salary. Between months 6 to 9, most had doubled their former income, allowing them to transition fully from employee to entrepreneur. What's particularly striking is how quickly these transitions happened. These weren't multi-year plans requiring elaborate preparations. They were methodical shifts that gathered momentum rapidly once the first results appeared. Another key insight: none of these success stories required massive audiences, personal brands, or social media followings to get started. They found success through direct outreach to potential clients who needed their specific solutions. "I didn't have any social media presence when I started," Sarah notes. "I simply identified businesses that were growing quickly and likely facing HR challenges, then reached out directly with specific observations about their potential pain points." Digital platforms eventually became valuable growth tools, but weren't prerequisites for initial success. Marcus created simple demonstration videos showing common tech problems and their solutions. Jasmine developed case studies documenting her results. These digital assets help them attract clients without requiring massive followings. The income comparisons are particularly revealing. While employed, these professionals earned single salaries regardless of their impact. After repositioning their skills, they created multiple income streams that collectively generated far more revenue. Sarah went from $70,000 annually to over $275,000. Marcus jumped from $65,000 to $180,000 plus. Jasmine transformed a $52,000 salary into a $140,000 plus business. An interesting psychological pattern also emerges in these stories: the battle with self-doubt. Each person described moments of questioning whether people would pay them directly for skills they'd been using as employees. The hardest part wasn't finding clients. It was believing I was worth what I was charging, Jasmine explains. But once I saw how much value I was creating and started getting testimonials, my confidence grew quickly. The turning point frequently came when they secured their first paying client, tangible proof that the market valued their expertise. As clients began reporting positive results, confidence replaced doubt, creating a positive cycle of increased belief leading to higher rates and better clients. What's the common thread connecting these success stories? It's not exceptional talent or rare technical abilities. It's the recognition that expertise isn't just about what you know. It's about how you package that knowledge to solve specific problems for specific people. These weren't people with revolutionary skills. They were ordinary professionals who simply recognized the true market value of what they already knew and repositioned it accordingly. This realization makes financial freedom far more accessible than most imagine. You don't need to acquire rare or complicated new skills to dramatically increase your income. The path to greater wealth might be as simple as identifying which aspects of your current expertise are most valuable when extracted from your job. The gold standard, today's most valuable transferable skills. The digital economy hasn't just evolved. It's completely rewritten the rulebook on which skills command premium prices. While most career advisors are still pushing technical certifications and specialized degrees, the market is telling a completely different story about what's truly valuable in 2025. Would you believe that in today's economy, your ability to simplify complex ideas might be worth more than your technical expertise? The most shocking revelation from recent market research is that certain transferable abilities, skills you're likely using every day, now command eye-popping rates that would make tech specialists jealous. Let's challenge the conventional wisdom for a moment. When most people think about in-demand skills, their minds immediately jump to technical abilities, coding, data analysis, or digital marketing. But here's the truth that's hiding in plain sight. The digital revolution has flipped the script on which skills actually command the highest prices. The skills marketplace has undergone a fascinating transformation. While technical expertise remains important, it's increasingly becoming the baseline, the minimum requirement rather than the differentiator. What's truly commanding premium rates today are transferable skills that enhance, amplify, and maximize the impact of that technical knowledge. This shift is particularly evident when we look at how soft skills like emotional intelligence, adaptability, and critical thinking have skyrocketed in value. These abilities, once dismissed as nice-to-haves, are now essential for success in the modern workplace and often lead to substantially higher earning potential compared to purely technical skills. Let's break down the first high-value skill category that's making professionals rich in 2025: process optimization. At its core, this is the ability to make things more efficient, to look at any workflow, system, or operation and identify ways to improve it. Process optimizers are the people who can walk into any situation and instinctively spot the bottlenecks, redundancies, and inefficiencies that everyone else has grown blind to. This skill has become incredibly valuable as organizations face increasing pressure to do more with less. Companies are willing to pay premium rates for professionals who can streamline operations, reduce costs, and increase productivity without sacrificing quality. The ability to optimize isn't just about cutting corners. It's about reimagining how work gets done. Think about the last time you faced a clunky, inefficient process at work. Maybe it was an approval workflow that required 10 signatures when 3 would suffice, or a reporting system that took hours when it could be automated. The person who can not only identify these issues, but also implement elegant solutions has a skill that transcends industry boundaries and commands top dollar in today's marketplace. What makes process optimization particularly valuable is that it delivers measurable ROI. When you can demonstrate that your improvements saved a company 20 hours per week or reduced operational costs by 15%, you've created tangible value that justifies premium compensation. The second high-value skill that's reshaping the marketplace is the ability to translate complex ideas into simple frameworks. This is the art of taking complicated concepts, technical jargon, or intricate systems and making them accessible to everyone. It's about creating clarity from complexity. In our information-saturated world, the ability to distill the essential from the excessive has become increasingly rare and valuable. Think about the last time someone explained a complicated topic to you in a way that suddenly made it click. That person possesses one of the most in-demand skills of 2025. This skill is particularly valuable because it enhances collaboration and understanding in team environments. As organizations become more cross-functional and interdisciplinary, the need for professionals who can bridge communication gaps between technical and non-technical team members has grown exponentially. The market recognizes this value because simplification accelerates decision-making and implementation. When everyone clearly understands the concepts at hand, projects move faster, buy-in increases, and results improve. That's why professionals who excel at creating simple frameworks from complex ideas can command premium rates. They're not just communicators, they're accelerators of progress. The third high-value skill category is perhaps the most surprising: connecting specialized knowledge across different domains. This is the ability to recognize patterns, identify relevant insights from seemingly unrelated fields, and create innovative solutions by combining ideas from multiple disciplines. This skill has become extraordinarily valuable in an increasingly interconnected world where the most innovative solutions often emerge at the intersection of different fields. The professional who can take a concept from biology and apply it to organizational design, or borrow a framework from architecture to solve a digital user experience problem, brings a unique value that can't be easily replicated or automated. These knowledge connectors are valuable because they enable organizations to innovate beyond the boundaries of traditional thinking. They see relationships and possibilities that specialists working within a single domain might miss. In a marketplace where differentiation is increasingly difficult, the ability to create novel solutions by connecting disparate fields of knowledge has become one of the highest paid skills. What makes these three skill categories, process optimization, complex idea simplification, and cross-domain knowledge connection, so valuable in today's economy is that they fundamentally enhance productivity, communication, and innovation. They're the force multipliers that make every other skill and process more effective. The professionals commanding the highest rates in 2025 aren't necessarily those with the most technical certifications or specialized degrees. They're the ones who have developed these transferable skills that enhance personal branding and online presence, crucial elements for success in the creator economy. As the digital landscape continues to evolve, We're seeing a clear trend toward valuing professionals who can blend technical expertise with strong interpersonal skills. Organizations are increasingly seeking individuals who can navigate both the technical and human aspects of work, creating a premium market for those who've developed this balanced skill set. These three high-value skills share another important characteristic. They're difficult to automate. While AI and technology continue to replace routine technical tasks, the ability to optimize processes, simplify complexity, and connect knowledge across domains requires a uniquely human touch that combines creativity, empathy, and contextual understanding. What's particularly fascinating is how these skills command premium prices regardless of industry. Whether you're in healthcare, finance, technology, or education, these transferable abilities create disproportionate value, and the market compensates accordingly. The 5-step monetization blueprint. Those high-value skills sitting in your professional toolkit aren't just resume boosters. They're potential gold mines waiting to be tapped. But here's the million-dollar question. How do you transform what you're already good at into actual income without quitting your day job or risking your financial stability? While everyone talks about taking the leap and quitting your job to pursue your passion, that approach is unnecessarily risky and frankly outdated. There's a smarter, more methodical way to monetize your expertise while keeping your regular paycheck. Let me introduce you to the 5-step monetization blueprint, a proven framework that lets you test the waters before diving all the way in. This isn't about making reckless decisions or burning bridges. It's about strategically leveraging what you already know in a way that minimizes risk and maximizes potential returns. What makes this approach different is that it doesn't require you to make that terrifying all-or-nothing jump that so many gurus preach. Instead of the quit your job and figure it out mentality that leaves most people stressed and broke, this blueprint gives you a systematic path to follow. It's like having training wheels while you build your confidence and client base. Eventually, you won't need them, but they're incredibly helpful when you're just starting out. Let's break down this process step by step. Step 1 is conducting a thorough skills audit and market validation. This foundational step is all about identifying what you're genuinely good at, and this is the crucial part, determining if there's actual market demand for those skills. Many people skip this step and waste months creating services nobody wants to buy. Start by listing everything you excel at, from technical abilities to soft skills to industry-specific knowledge. Then, research if people are actively searching for and paying for these skills. Market validation doesn't have to be complicated. You can run simple surveys, create social media polls asking specific questions about pain points, or even offer limited free trials to gauge interest. The goal here isn't to get likes or compliments. It's to determine if real people with real problems are willing to open their wallets for your solution. This step saves you from the heartbreak of building something nobody wants to pay for. Step 2 involves creating your minimum viable offer, or MVO. This is the simplified version of your product or service that addresses a specific problem for your target audience. The key here is minimum and viable. You're not creating the perfect, feature-packed offering right away. Instead, you're developing something basic but valuable enough that people will pay for it. Your MVO might be a 1-hour consultation, a basic template, or a streamlined service package. The beauty of this approach is that it requires minimal investment from you while allowing you to test your market hypothesis. Think of it as a pilot program that helps you gather real-world feedback without spending months developing something comprehensive that might miss the mark. Step 3 focuses on finding your first 3 clients, even without an existing audience or network. This is where most aspiring entrepreneurs get stuck, believing they need thousands of followers or connections to get started. The truth is, you can find those initial clients through numerous channels. Platforms like Upwork or Fiverr provide ready-made marketplaces where you can offer your services immediately. You can also reach out directly to local businesses that might benefit from your expertise. Social media can be powerful too, not for building a massive following, but for targeted outreach to potential clients. The goal isn't to find 100 clients. It's to secure those first 3 who will provide the revenue, feedback, and testimonials that become the foundation of your business. Step 4 is all about refining your offer based on client feedback and results. After delivering your MVO to those initial clients, collect detailed feedback about their experience. What worked well? What could be improved? Were there any unexpected benefits they received? This information is pure gold. Use this feedback to adjust your offering, pricing, delivery methods, and messaging. Perhaps clients valued a certain aspect of your service more than you anticipated, or maybe they struggled with a part of the process you thought was straightforward. This iterative improvement based on real client experiences helps you create an increasingly valuable and marketable offering without guesswork. Step 5 involves scaling your efforts through systems and leveraged income streams. Once you've validated your offer and refined it based on feedback, you can begin thinking about growth. This might include automating certain processes, creating templates or workflows that increase your efficiency, or developing complementary products and services. Scaling doesn't necessarily mean hiring employees or working more hours. Instead, focus on creating systems that allow you to serve more clients without proportionally increasing your workload. This might involve creating digital products that complement your services or developing a methodology that increases your efficiency. Let's look at a real-world example of how this process works. Consider a digital freelancer who started by offering basic services on Fiverr. They initially focused on a very specific niche market, built a portfolio with those first few clients, and gradually increased their rates as they gained more experience and testimonials. They didn't quit their day job until they had consistent income that matched their salary, eliminating the financial stress that derails so many new businesses. Another example is a professional who created an online course based on their expertise. They didn't start by building an elaborate 12-module program. Instead, they began with a simple course outline, tested it with a small group of paying students, and used their feedback to enhance the material before launching to a wider audience. This approach minimized upfront investment while maximizing the chances of creating something people actually wanted. What makes this blueprint so effective is that it works for virtually any skill. Whether you're a project manager, writer, designer, programmer, or financial analyst, these same 5 steps apply. The key is following them in sequence without skipping ahead or getting stuck in perfectionism. The results speak for themselves. Professionals using this methodical approach typically start earning meaningful side income within 30 to 90 days, and many reach the point where they could replace their full-time salary within 6 to 12 months. But the best part, they never have to make that scary all-or-nothing decision because they've built their business gradually alongside their regular job. Digital products, the ultimate wealth accelerator. Breaking free from the time for money trap is where the real wealth building begins. The 5-step blueprint we covered will absolutely get you started with a profitable side income. But there's a ceiling on how much you can earn when you're trading your hours for dollars. Even at $150 an hour, you still only have so many hours in a day. What if you could remove that limitation entirely? That's exactly what a corporate accountant did when she transformed a simple Excel spreadsheet into a passive income stream worth $450,000 annually. And she's not alone. Digital products aren't just another income stream. They're the ultimate wealth accelerator that can completely transform your financial future. Digital products are essentially packaged expertise that you create once and sell repeatedly without needing to be actively involved. Unlike service businesses where you're constantly showing up and doing the work, digital products keep selling while you sleep, travel, or work on your next creation. The math gets pretty exciting when you break it down. With service work, if you charge $100 per hour and work 40 hours a week, your maximum potential is $4,000 weekly. But what happens when you hit capacity? You're stuck unless you raise your rates or somehow work more hours. Digital products flip this equation completely. Create something valuable once, and you can sell it to 10, 100, or 10,000 people without any additional time investment. This is why they have such incredible profit margins, often between 50% to 90% depending on the product type and market demand. Let's look at some of the most popular types of digital products that regular professionals are creating. Online courses are massive right now. If you have expertise in any area, whether it's financial planning, coding, marketing, or even hobby-related skills like photography, you can package that knowledge into a structured learning experience. Platforms like Thinkific and Teachable make it incredibly easy to host and sell your courses without technical headaches. Ebooks are another fantastic entry point with virtually no startup costs. You don't need a publisher anymore. Platforms like Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing and Gumroad let you self-publish and keep most of the profits. The beautiful part is that your ebook keeps selling for years with zero additional effort after creation. Templates and downloadable tools are some of the simplest yet most profitable digital products. Think about the tools you use in your work: spreadsheets, presentation decks, email scripts, project plans. These can all be templatized and sold to others who face similar challenges. The corporate accountant I mentioned earlier? She simply packaged financial planning spreadsheets she'd created for her own use, added clear instructions, and marketed them to small business owners who needed the same solutions. Membership sites offer recurring revenue, the holy grail of digital products. By creating a community around your expertise and continually adding new content, you can charge monthly or annual subscription fees. The beauty is that once you have a few hundred members paying $20 to $50 monthly, you've built a stable income foundation. Software tools and apps might sound technical, but they don't have to be. Many professionals partner with developers to create simple tools that solve specific problems in their industry. The initial investment is higher, but the potential returns are enormous. Stock photography, graphics, and digital art have created millionaires who simply capture beautiful images or create digital designs and sell licenses through platforms like Shutterstock or Etsy. Printables might seem too simple to be profitable, but don't be fooled. Digital planners, worksheets, coloring pages, and other downloadable printables are selling like hotcakes on platforms like Etsy. One teacher created a set of classroom organization printables that now generates over $8,000 monthly with zero marketing. What makes digital products so powerful is the create once, sell infinitely business model. Unlike physical products with manufacturing costs or services that require your time, digital products can be distributed to an unlimited number of customers without additional expense. Every new sale is almost pure profit after covering your initial creation costs and platform fees. The demand for these products is growing exponentially too. Consumers increasingly want instant solutions to their problems. Downloadable resources they can access immediately rather than waiting for physical delivery or scheduling time with a service provider. What surprises most people is which digital products actually sell best. It's rarely the most complex or comprehensive ones. In fact, the most successful digital products often solve very specific problems in simple, accessible ways. A 10-page ebook that solves one precise pain point often outsells a 300-page comprehensive guide. A single spreadsheet template that automates a tedious task can generate more revenue than an entire software suite with dozens of features. Take the example of a former marketing executive who created a simple email template pack for small business owners. These weren't complicated, just 15 proven email sequences for different scenarios like welcome series, abandoned cart recovery, and re-engagement campaigns. This $37 product now sells 150 to 200 copies monthly, creating a $5,500 to $7,400 monthly income stream that requires virtually no maintenance. Or consider the corporate trainer who packaged his meeting facilitation techniques into a downloadable meeting-in-a-box kit with agendas, exercises, and discussion prompts. Priced at $129, it saves busy managers hours of preparation time and consistently sells 75 to 100 units monthly, generating $9,675 to $12,900 in passive income. The other fascinating aspect of digital products is how they compound over time. While service businesses require constant client acquisition, digital products build momentum. Each new product you create adds to your income stream without cannibalizing sales of your previous offerings. Many successful digital entrepreneurs have portfolios of 5 to 10 products that collectively generate 6 or 7-figure annual incomes. Even better, digital products become assets that increase in value. Unlike service businesses that often have limited resale value, successful digital product businesses can be sold for 3-5x annual revenue. That spreadsheet business generating $450,000 annually? It could potentially sell for $1.35 to $2.25 million if the owner ever wanted to exit. The barriers to entry have never been lower either. With platforms like Shopify, Gumroad, and Etsy providing turnkey solutions for selling digital products, you don't need technical expertise or significant startup capital. And with AI-assisted content creation tools becoming more accessible, the production process is faster and easier than ever before. But here's the caveat. Just creating any digital product isn't enough. The market is increasingly sophisticated, and buyers expect quality. The most successful digital products share three key characteristics. 1. They solve specific, urgent problems that people are actively looking to resolve. 2. They deliver results quickly with minimal effort on the buyer's part. 3. They're presented in accessible, easy-to-use formats. This explains why seemingly simple products often outperform complex ones. When someone purchases a digital product, they're not just buying information. They're buying transformation and time savings. The easier you make it for them to achieve those benefits, the more successful your product will be. Knowledge packaging, turning expertise into products that sell. Did you know that 90% of your professional expertise is completely invisible to you? It's true. The skills you find easiest are often your most valuable assets, but they're trapped in your head as tacit knowledge. And unlocking this hidden treasure requires a counterintuitive approach that most experts never discover. Think about it. Have you ever tried explaining something that comes naturally to you, only to find yourself struggling to articulate the process? That's the paradox of expertise. The better you get at something, the more automatic it becomes, and the harder it is to explain to others. This is exactly why most professionals struggle to transform their knowledge into products people actually want to buy. They either overcomplicate everything, trying to dump their entire brain into one massive course, or they oversimplify to the point where their offering lacks any real substance or value. But what if there was a framework specifically designed to extract that invisible knowledge and organize it in a way that makes people eager to pay for it? The expertise pyramid is exactly that framework, a systematic approach to transform what's in your head into products people can't wait to purchase. At its core, this pyramid has three distinct levels that create a perfect ecosystem for monetizing your knowledge. Free content at the base, paid tools in the middle, and premium experiences at the top. Let me break this down. The base of your pyramid consists of free content that showcases your expertise while providing genuine value. This isn't about giving away your best stuff. It's about demonstrating your unique approach and building trust. The middle tier includes paid tools, templates, or resources that help people implement your methods. These solve specific problems and deliver immediate value. At the top sit your premium experiences, high-touch offerings like coaching programs or exclusive memberships that provide personalized guidance and transformation. But here's where most people get stuck. They can't figure out what should go where in this pyramid. The secret lies in a process called knowledge extraction. Identifying the skills and insights that come naturally to you but might be invisible because they're second nature. Start by reflecting on the questions people frequently ask you. What do colleagues come to you for help with? What processes do you follow that others find confusing? These questions reveal your tacit knowledge. The expertise you've developed through experience that feels like common sense to you, but is actually valuable specialized knowledge. Next, document your problem-solving process. When faced with a challenge in your field, what steps do you take? What shortcuts have you developed? What mistakes do you automatically avoid? These processes are gold. Mines for creating digital products because they represent years of refined expertise that others would pay to access. Once you've identified these knowledge assets, it's time to structure them using the problem-solution transformation formula. This powerhouse approach forms the backbone of every successful knowledge product. First, clearly define the specific problem your audience faces, not just surface-level symptoms, but the root challenges that keep them awake at night. Then, present your unique solution, emphasizing what makes your approach different from alternatives they've already tried. Finally, paint a vivid picture of the transformation they'll experience after implementing your solution, the before and after that makes your offer irresistible. Let me show you how this works in practice. Consider Emma, a corporate trainer who developed a unique meeting facilitation method over her 15-year career. Instead of creating one massive How to Run Meetings course, she applied the expertise pyramid framework. At the base, Emma created free content, including blog posts about common meeting pitfalls and a checklist for effective agendas. For her paid tools tier, she developed a digital template pack with meeting structures for different scenarios, priced at $129. At the top tier, she offered a 6-week cohort-based program for executives who wanted personalized coaching on transforming their organization's meeting culture. This structured approach allowed Emma to serve different segments of her audience at price points that matched their needs and commitment levels. Her free content attracted thousands of followers. Her template pack sold 75 to 100 copies monthly without additional effort, and her premium program generated significant revenue while serving a smaller, more dedicated audience. Another example is Marcus, a financial analyst who specialized in helping small businesses improve their cash flow. Rather than creating a general business finance course, he applied the expertise pyramid to package his knowledge effectively. His free content included weekly tips on spotting cash flow warning signs. His paid tool was a customizable cash flow forecasting spreadsheet that small business owners could adapt to their specific needs. And his premium experience was a quarterly financial review service where he personally analyzed a business's finances and provided strategic recommendations. The beauty of this approach is that each level of the pyramid serves a different purpose. Your free content builds trust and demonstrates expertise. Your paid tools deliver immediate value and solve specific problems. And your premium experiences provide the personalized guidance that creates true transformation. But there's one crucial element that makes knowledge products truly irresistible: specificity. The more precisely you can define the problem you solve and the audience you serve, the more compelling your offering becomes. A resume template for job seekers might sell occasionally, but a resume template for mid-career healthcare professionals transitioning to administrative leadership roles can command a premium price because it addresses a specific pain point for a defined audience. This specificity principle applies across all types of knowledge products. Whether you're creating online courses, ebooks, digital templates, or coaching programs, the more tailored your solution is to a particular audience and problem, the more valuable it becomes. Platforms like Thinkific and Teachable have made it easier than ever to create and sell these knowledge products. They provide the technical infrastructure to host courses, process payments, and track student progress, allowing you to focus on packaging your expertise rather than building complex websites from scratch. Remember that the ultimate goal of knowledge packaging isn't just to create products, it's to deliver transformation. When someone purchases your digital template or online course, they're not buying information. They're buying the promise of a better future, one where they've overcome a challenge or achieved a goal that matters to them. That transformation is what people are really willing to pay for. And the better you become at packaging your knowledge to deliver that 30-day transformation efficiently, your minimum viable offer, the more successful your products is what people are really willing to pay for. And the better you become at packaging your knowledge to deliver that transformation efficiently and effectively, the more successful your products will be. But here's where most people get stuck. While packaging knowledge effectively is crucial, what if you could start earning from your expertise in just 30 days? Most people spend months perfecting their offer, but the secret to success is actually launching something imperfect, fast. I call this the minimum viable offer approach, or MVO for short. It's a game changer because it lets you test your business idea without quitting your job or investing thousands of dollars. Mark's story perfectly illustrates this. Just 6 months ago, he was a project manager feeling completely undervalued at his company. After identifying his skills in process optimization, he created a simple offer: a 2-hour workflow audit for small businesses. Nothing fancy, no website, no formal business plan. Just a clear solution to a specific problem. Within 16 days of deciding to monetize his expertise, Mark landed his first $2,500 client. Not through some magical connection or stroke of luck, but by following the exact MVO framework I'm about to show you. The beauty of the MVO approach is that it fights against our worst enemy, perfectionism. We've all been there, endlessly tweaking our website, refining our offer, or waiting until we have just a few more certifications before launching. This perfectionism trap keeps most would-be entrepreneurs stuck in preparation mode forever. The MVO flips this on its head. Instead of spending months building the perfect product, you create something simple that solves a specific problem, then improve it based on actual customer feedback. Let's break down the 3 essential components that make a successful MVO. First, it must address a specific problem. Not general marketing help, but something precise like creating email sequences that convert cold prospects into warm leads. The more specific the problem, the easier it is for potential clients to see themselves in it. Second, your MVO needs a clear, measurable outcome. People aren't buying your time or expertise. They're buying results. Will they save 10 hours a week? Increase conversion rates by 15%? Generate 25 new leads monthly? The clearer the outcome, the more compelling your offer becomes. Third, you need a unique approach that differentiates you from competitors. This doesn't mean reinventing the wheel. It simply means bringing your particular perspective or methodology to the table. Maybe you combine two normally separate approaches, or perhaps you simplify a typically complex process. Now, let's map out a realistic 30-day timeline to go from concept to first paying client. Days 1 to 5. Conduct a thorough skills audit. Identify what you're good at, what you enjoy doing, and what has the highest market demand. Look for that sweet spot where all three overlap. Days 6 to 10. Validate your market. This isn't complicated. Simply talk to 5 to 10 potential clients about their challenges related to your expertise. Social media polls, Reddit threads, or industry forums can also provide valuable insights. Days 11 to 15. Create your MVO based on what you've learned. Keep it simple. This might be a 1-hour consultation, a basic template, or a streamlined service package. Remember, it doesn't need to be perfect, just effective. Days 16 to 25. Start acquiring initial clients. Reach out to your network, post on relevant platforms, or directly contact businesses that might benefit from your solution. Don't be afraid of rejection. Each no gets you closer to your yes. Days 26 to 30. Deliver your offer and collect feedback. Pay close attention to what clients love and what they wish was different. This real-world input is gold for refining your offer. A critical element that makes MVOs work is what I call beta pricing. This strategy involves setting your initial prices lower than your eventual target to make the offer more compelling for early adopters. For example, if you plan to eventually charge $1,000 for your service, you might start with a beta price of $500 or $750. This creates a win-win situation. Clients get a great deal, and you get paid to perfect your offering. When explaining beta pricing to potential clients, be transparent. I'm offering this at 50% of my standard rate because I'm looking for feedback from my first 5 clients to refine the process. In exchange for this discounted rate, all I ask is for detailed feedback on your experience. This approach has worked across countless industries and skill sets. Consider these examples. A copywriter created a website copy audit as her MVO, offering to review and provide recommendations for improving conversion rates on 5 key pages of a client's website. She priced it at $397 as a beta offer, and within 3 weeks had 3 paying clients. A data analyst developed a business intelligence dashboard setup as his MVO, helping small businesses visualize their key metrics. He charged $750 for his beta service and secured his first client within 10 days through a LinkedIn post. A former HR professional packaged her expertise into a team conflict resolution workshop priced at $1,200 for her first few clients, which she later increased to $3,000 after refining the material based on feedback. What's fascinating is how these MVOs span various price points and industries. Some professionals start with offers as low as $200 to $300, while others launch with $2,000 plus packages. The price point isn't what makes them successful. It's the clarity of the problem being solved and the specificity of the outcome promised. So what's the key factor that determines how quickly you'll get paid? It's your willingness to put your offer out there before it feels ready. The professionals who start earning within 30 days aren't the ones with perfect websites or flawless delivery systems. They're the ones who prioritize getting client feedback over achieving perfection. This rapid launch strategy allows you to refine your offer based on actual customer experiences rather than assumptions. Each client interaction provides valuable insights that help you improve your MVO, making it more attractive to future clients. The beauty of this approach is that it works whether you're leveraging technical skills, process expertise, or industry knowledge. The format might change. It could be a consultation, a template, a workshop, or a service, but the principles remain the same. And the best part, you can implement this entire strategy while still employed, without risking your financial security or spending months building the perfect product. I've seen hundreds of professionals use this exact framework to start earning significant income from their expertise within just 30 days. They didn't need fancy websites, huge social media followings, or years of entrepreneurial experience. They simply package their knowledge into a clear solution to a specific problem, put it out there at an attractive beta price, and refined it based on feedback. Business model matchmaking. Finding your perfect fit. While launching fast with an MVO is crucial, there's a hidden factor that separates those who build sustainable income streams from those who burn out within months. Ever wonder why some people thrive as freelancers, while others make millions with digital products using the exact same skills? The secret isn't just what you know. It's how you package it based on your unique personality and circumstances. Think about it like this. You wouldn't wear shoes that don't fit, so why would you force yourself into a business model that crushes your spirit? I've seen brilliant professionals create the perfect business on paper only to hate their daily reality 6 months later. Let's make sure that doesn't happen to you. The most successful entrepreneurs don't just pick the trendiest business model. They choose one that aligns with their natural strengths, lifestyle preferences, and income goals. This isn't just about making money. It's about creating a sustainable business you'll actually enjoy running. Let's break down the 5 main business models that will help you monetize your skills effectively, and more importantly, figure out which one is your perfect match. First up is the services model, freelancing or offering your skills directly to clients. This approach works brilliantly for those who enjoy one-on-one interaction and delivering customized solutions. The beauty of freelancing is its flexibility and relatively low startup costs. All you really need is a computer and internet connection to get started on platforms like Upwork or Fiverr. If you're someone who thrives on variety and direct client feedback, this model could be your sweet spot. The income potential scales with your expertise. Beginners might start at modest rates, but experienced freelancers often command $100 plus per hour in specialized niches. The downside: you're still trading time for money, which means your income is capped by the hours you can work. Next, let's explore digital products. This model is perfect for those who prefer creating once and selling repeatedly. Think online courses, templates, ebooks, or software tools. The initial time investment is significant, but once created, these products can generate income while you sleep, literally. What's particularly attractive about digital products is their incredible profit margins, often between 50-90%, and their scalability. There's virtually no limit to how many times you can sell the same product without additional work. This model works best for those who have specialized knowledge that can be systematized and who don't mind the upfront creation time before seeing returns. The coaching or consulting model combines elements of both service and product. Approaches: you're still working directly with clients, but at a higher strategic level and often at premium rates. This model suits professionals with specialized expertise who enjoy teaching and guiding others. The income potential here can be substantial, especially as you build your reputation. Many consultants charge anywhere from $200 to $1,000 plus per hour, depending on their niche and expertise level. The key advantage is the prestige and intellectual stimulation, though it still requires your active time involvement. The fourth model, membership communities or subscriptions, creates recurring revenue through ongoing value delivery. This could be a private community, subscription newsletter, or content platform. The magic here lies in predictable monthly income and the compound effect of growing your member base. This model works best for those who excel at consistently creating valuable content and fostering connections among members. While it takes time to build momentum, established membership businesses enjoy exceptional stability and often require less time than one-on-one service delivery. Finally, we have licensing, allowing others to use your intellectual property, methodologies, or systems in exchange for fees or royalties. This model is ideal for those who've developed unique frameworks or approaches others want to implement. The beauty of licensing is its leverage. You can multiply your income without multiplying your effort as others apply your methods. This works particularly well for professionals who've refined systems that produce reliable results and who don't mind giving up some control over implementation. So how do you choose? This is where the business model compatibility test comes in. Rather than blindly copying someone else's approach, this assessment framework helps match your unique situation to the ideal business model. Let's start with personality fit. If you're highly sociable and energized by direct interaction, service-based models like freelancing or consulting might be your natural home. If you prefer working independently and value flexibility above all, digital products could be your path. For those who thrive on building community and consistent connection, membership models often provide the most satisfaction. Next, consider your time availability. If you're still working full-time, digital products might seem appealing, but can require substantial upfront development time. Services might be easier to start with limited hours. Be realistic about what you can consistently deliver alongside existing commitments. Your financial situation also matters. Some models, like digital products or memberships, may take months to generate significant income but have higher long-term potential. Services typically bring in cash faster, but may cap your earning potential. What runway do you have, and what timeline makes sense for your financial goals? Technical comfort is another crucial factor. Digital products often require learning platforms and marketing automation, while service businesses can start with minimal tech. Be honest about your willingness to learn new tools or budget for technical support. Perhaps most importantly, think about your vision for daily life. Picture your ideal workday. Are you solving different problems for various clients? Creating content? Teaching? Managing a community? The business model you choose will shape your day-to-day reality more than almost any other factor. What's fascinating is that the biggest predictor of success isn't market demand or even skill level. It's how well your chosen business model aligns with your personality and lifestyle preferences. The compatibility between who you are and how your business operates creates natural momentum that makes growth almost inevitable. Let me share a quick example. Elena was a corporate project manager who initially launched a freelance service business because that seemed like the obvious path. 6 months in, she was earning good money, but feeling burned out from juggling multiple clients and constant deadline pressure. After taking the business model compatibility test, she realized her methodical, systems-oriented personality was better suited to creating digital products. She packaged her project management frameworks into templates and training programs that clients could implement themselves. Not only did her income increase by 40% within 3 months, but her stress levels plummeted. She went from constantly racing to meet client deadlines to a more relaxed schedule where she could focus on refining her products and marketing systems. This compatibility assessment isn't just about maximizing income, though that certainly happens when you're in alignment. It's about creating a business that energizes rather than drains you, that plays to your natural strengths rather than forcing you to compensate for weaknesses day after day. Here's the surprising truth: the business model that will make you the most money isn't necessarily the one with the highest theoretical income potential. It's the one you'll stick with long enough to master, the one that keeps you engaged and motivated through the inevitable challenges of entrepreneurship. So which business model is right for your specific skill set and situation? The answer lies at the intersection of 4 factors: your natural talents, your lifestyle preferences, your financial goals, and the specific market opportunity you've identified. When these 4 elements align, you create a business that not only generates income, but also brings fulfillment and sustainability. Conquering imposter syndrome, the confidence formula. Even with the perfect business model selected, there's a psychological barrier that stops more skilled professionals from succeeding than any market condition or technical challenge. The bizarre paradox? The more expertise you develop, the more likely you are to feel like an imposter. Let's unpack why your brain is lying to you about your value and exactly how to fix it. Have you ever noticed that the skills that come most naturally to you seem worthless, while you're constantly amazed by what others can do? This isn't just your imagination playing tricks on you. It's a documented psychological phenomenon that specifically targets high achievers. Here's the strange truth: imposter syndrome doesn't strike beginners nearly as often as it hits experts. Think about it. When you first learn something, you're acutely aware of how much you don't know. But as you master a skill, your standards rise dramatically faster than your abilities. You become hyper-aware of the nuances, the edge cases, and all the ways you could improve, making you feel perpetually inadequate despite your growing expertise. This creates a cruel irony where the more skilled you become, the less qualified you often feel. It's like climbing a mountain only to discover more peaks in the distance. While beginners might feel proud reaching the first ridge, experts see all the higher summits they haven't conquered yet. The expertise blind spot is at the heart of this problem. This cognitive bias causes us to severely undervalue the skills that come easily to us. When something feels effortless, our brain tricks us into thinking, this must be simple for everyone. We discount our natural talents precisely because they're natural to us. Think about something you do effortlessly. Maybe you're great at explaining complex topics, organizing information, or solving problems. Because these abilities feel like second nature, you probably assume everyone can do them just as easily. But that's your expertise blind spot talking. The truth is that your basic skills might be extremely valuable to others who struggle with them. This blind spot causes countless professionals to significantly undercharge for their services or avoid monetizing their expertise altogether. They think, why would anyone pay me for something so obvious? Meanwhile, clients would happily pay premium prices for those exact abilities. The good news, this psychological barrier is completely beatable with the right approach. I've developed a 3-part confidence formula that has helped hundreds of professionals overcome their imposter syndrome and start charging what they're truly worth. The first component is results documentation. Our brains are wired to forget our wins and fixate on our failures. Start keeping a success journal where you document every positive outcome you've created, compliment you've received, or challenge you've overcome. This creates a tangible record that contradicts the negative stories your brain tells you. Jessica, a content strategist I worked with, didn't believe her work had any special value until she started documenting customer testimonials. When she saw dozens of clients specifically praising her unique approach, she finally recognized her worth and doubled her rates, with zero pushback from clients. The second component is external validation. While internal confidence is the ultimate goal, sometimes we need outside perspectives to overcome our blind spots. This doesn't mean seeking constant approval. It means strategically gathering feedback from trusted peers, mentors, or clients who can objectively assess your skills. Create a validation folder in your email where you save positive feedback. When imposter syndrome strikes, reviewing this evidence can quickly snap you back to reality. One of my clients, Michael, kept a screenshot of every positive comment on his work and reviewed them before client calls. This simple practice transformed his confidence and allowed him to raise his rates by 70%. The third component is incremental challenges. The best way to prove your capabilities to yourself is by gradually stretching your comfort zone and succeeding at increasingly difficult tasks. Start with smaller challenges where success is likely, then use that momentum to tackle bigger ones. For example, if speaking in public terrifies you, don't start by trying to give a TED Talk. Instead, speak up more in team meetings, then present to a small friendly group, then a department meeting, and work your way up. Each success builds confidence for the next challenge. Now let's talk practical exercises to implement this formula. First, create a success inventory. Set aside 30 minutes to list every professional achievement from the past year, no matter how small. Include problems you solved, positive feedback you received, and skills you developed. Most people are shocked at how much they've forgotten about their own successes. Next, conduct a blind spot interview with 3 colleagues who know your work well. Ask them, what do you think are my greatest strengths that I might not fully appreciate? Their answers will often reveal valuable skills you've been taking for granted. Another powerful exercise is reframing your expertise journey. Draw a timeline of your professional development, noting key milestones, skills acquired, and challenges overcome. This visual representation helps you recognize how far you've come instead of focusing on how far you think you still need to go. For selling situations specifically, try pre-validation calls with past clients or colleagues before important pitches. Ask them to remind you of the value you've delivered in the past. This creates a confidence boost exactly when you need it most. Remember that sharing your struggles can actually help too. When you connect with peers facing similar challenges, you realize imposter syndrome isn't a sign of incompetence, but a common experience among high achievers. Many of my clients have found tremendous relief in mastermind groups where they can openly discuss their insecurities with others at similar professional levels. Now for the surprising mindset shift that makes all the difference. Recognizing that expertise isn't just about knowledge, it's about your unique perspective and experiences. 2 people might have identical technical skills, but their different backgrounds, perspectives, and approaches create entirely different forms of value. Your expertise isn't valuable despite your personal quirks and viewpoints. It's valuable because of them. The aspects of yourself you might be tempted to hide or downplay are often precisely what make your approach unique and effective for certain clients. Think about your favorite teachers, coaches, or mentors. What made them special wasn't just their knowledge, but how they delivered it through their unique personality and perspective. The same principle applies to your expertise. This shift transforms how you view your worth in the marketplace. Instead of seeing yourself as competing against others with similar skills, you recognize that your unique combination of abilities, experiences, and perspective creates value in a way no one else can replicate. One client, Teresa, struggled to charge premium rates for her marketing services until she realized her background in psychology gave her insights that other marketers couldn't offer. Once she embraced this unique angle instead of trying to compete on standard marketing metrics, she attracted clients who specifically valued her psychological approach and happily paid her premium rates. When you're trapped in imposter syndrome, monetizing your skills feels like trying to sell counterfeit goods. You're constantly afraid of being found out. But when you embrace your unique expertise, selling feels like offering a valuable gift that genuinely helps others. This isn't just more comfortable, it makes you more effective and authentic in your marketing. Did you know that 2 out of 3 Americans want to improve their financial situation? You're not alone in wanting more from your skills. The path we've outlined today isn't just theoretical. It's been traveled by countless professionals who recognized what they already possessed. It's time to take action. Download our Skills Value Matrix worksheet and identify your 3 most monetizable skills in the next 24 hours. This simple step will start your journey toward financial independence. Remember, as the experts say, recognizing your own value in the marketplace is the first step toward financial freedom. Your skills aren't just tools for your employer. They're assets that can transform your financial future. Don't let another day pass leaving money on the table. The journey to financial independence starts with